Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Anthony.
Today, we are going to explore a cloze test for you based on the power of blue spaces.
Yeah, 我们今天讲的主题很特别，对不对？他说蓝色空间的魔力。我一听想说，哇，该不会是什么特殊的科技吧？就实际上去看了一下它的这个副标题，他说 Being by the water is great for the body and mind. 哦，原来是靠近水、临水有益身心。所以你常讲说仁者要山，智者要水嘛。如果常常靠近有水的地方，有蓝色的空间，对你的身心都是有帮助的哦。
The power of blue spaces. Sunshine, sparkling blue water, and the calming beach all make for mood changers. For many years, scientists have said that green spaces, parks, forests, and mountain areas are good for people's moods. But now they agree that blue spaces also do the trick. Being by blue spaces, which include beaches, rivers, coastlines, lakes, canals, and waterfalls, is great for the body and mind. In recent years, people who often get stressed out from work and life have been seeking out blue spaces to relax. These places can be a park with a stream running through it, or even a busy harbor. Scientists have found that people who visit blue spaces twice a week have better general and mental health. As a whole, there are 3 benefits of blue spaces. The first is that these areas are less polluted and have more sunshine. Secondly, people living near the water tend to do more exercise outside. The third and biggest benefit is that being near water is healing. This means that spending time around blue spaces can reduce negative moods and lift one's spirits. Therefore, blue spaces are positively related to happiness, well-being, and health.
Okay, first paragraph, first sentence. Sunshine, sparkling blue water, and the calming beach all make for mood changers. Well, you know the beginning, sunshine, sunlight, sparkling blue water. Sparkle is what light does when it meets water. It bounces around. And the calming beach. A beach is so welcoming. Oh, sand or soft stone. You can walk on it and feel comfortable. All of these together make for or create mood changers. Mood is how we feel at any particular time. Of course, a change is from A to B. So maybe you go to the beach and you had a bad day in the morning, but you go to the beach and within just a few minutes, it starts to change your mood or feeling.
没错，所以在这边的话，你看到第一段的第一句话就告诉你说 sunshine 好阳光 sparkling blue water， 因为光洒在这个水面上头有一种波光粼粼的感觉嘛，这边用 sparkling 这个字，这种闪闪的这种感觉，好，这些字的话其实就很棒，好，有的时候你还会有机会听到 shimmering 的拼法是 shimMering， 也是通常是指那种波光粼粼的那种感觉。好，在这边的话呢，我们看到他说，好，这种波光粼粼的这种海面啊，好，水面 and the calming beach all make for mood changers。好，在这里的话还搭配着这种，老师刚刚还用一个词叫 welcoming， 好，就是指这种海滩哦，你感觉上看起来就觉得好很欢迎你，让你觉得很怡然自得的那种感觉。All make for mood changers， 意思就是指说它可以让我们心境呢能够很好的从不好转换到好。老师刚刚提到说 maybe you had a bad day in the morning， 好，可能早上呢心情很差，到这个海边去走了之后，晚上回家的时候心情就变好了。
For many years, scientists have said that green spaces, parks, forests, and mountain areas are good for people's moods. But now they agree that blue spaces also blank. Of course, our first blank we'll talk about in a moment. Green spaces and blue spaces. Our title is The Power of Blue Spaces. That refers to water, which we usually perceive as being blue. You can have a pond, a lake, a river, the ocean, a waterfall. There are many ways to look at water, but most of the time we think of water as blue. But this is a rather new idea. But for a long time, green spaces were, scientists and doctors told us, green spaces, looking at fields and forests and lawns and so on, this will help your mood as well. But now they're also adding all these other beautiful blue places for us to look at and feel better.
所以在这边的话，你看着这句话，它告诉你说 ，For many years， 好，许多年来 ，scientists have said that， 好，科学家都说什么呢 ？Green spaces 这种绿色的空间，像是什么公园啦、森林啦或山区啊等等 ，are good for people's moods。好，对于我们的情绪是绝对有帮助的。But now， 他是讲说但现在呢 ，they 指的是这些 scientists agree that， 他们也同意说 that 什么 blue spaces 这种蓝色空间有水的空间呢 ，also 这个 also 很重要哦，所以我们看看这个选项哪一个才是对的呢？
Our four choices: A, go on stage; B, do the trick; C, pose a risk; or D, spare no effort. Well, let's see which of these phrases makes sense. If green spaces are good for people's moods, but now also, so it's not only green spaces, we're looking for something else as well. Blue spaces also go on stage. No. Do the trick. Aha. That means serve a purpose. Serve something that we want done. Well, that fits. Pose a risk. If looking at blue spaces poses a risk, then looking at green spaces must also pose a risk, and we know that's not the case. Spare no effort. Well, these views cannot do things, so they have no effort. B is the best.
没错，所以这边的话，我们选择 B 这个选项 ，do the trick， 指的是也能达到同样的效果。所以说，不只是绿色空间，好，其实事实上蓝色空间也有助于我们的身心健康。
Okay, that was the first one, and that was the first paragraph. We'll take a short break and come back for more. Okay, welcome back. Let's look at our second paragraph. Being by blue spaces, which include beaches, rivers, coastlines, lakes, canals, and waterfalls, is great for the body and mind. I mentioned some of these in the last paragraph, but here are some other ones as well. Beach, I said ocean, and we think of where the ocean meets the land as a beach. It doesn't matter if it's sand or rock. It's still a beach. A coastline is the idea of wherever the water meets land is your coastline, and you can see that on a map very easily. Lakes, canals, not every country or certainly not every city has canals, but some do. In Europe, there is Venice, very famous. Bangkok used to have beautiful canals. They're man-made, not rivers, they're not that big, but they're like streets of water. And when water is passing by, it can be very soothing to your mood. Let's see. Great, as I said, soothing for your mood. It's great for the body and mind, not just your mind, but your body. You can relax, and that will help your body as well.
OK， 好，这句话呢有点长，对不对？老师刚刚解释了一下 ，Being by blue spaces， 你只要在这个蓝色空间里头 ，which include Beaches, rivers, coastlines， 好，就特别介绍一下 coastlines 就指的海岸线，对不对？你只要是这种海洋跟陆地接缝的这个地方，它就是海岸线。Lakes, canals 指的是运河。刚刚老师提到了几个例子，像是威尼斯 Venice， 或者是像是 Bangkok， 他们也有运河。我当初老师在讲 Europe 的时候 the first country that comes to mind was the Netherlands。好，就是在荷兰，对，荷兰的话有非常非常多的运河，对不对 ？And waterfalls， 还有这种瀑布啊 ，is great for the body and mind。好，就是你只要是能够在这种蓝色空间里面，包含这边所提到的海滩啦，或者是河流、海岸线，或者是湖啦、运河啦，还有这种瀑布等等，都对你的身心都有好处。
In recent years,That means from not long ago until now, the past few years maybe, people who often get stressed out from work and life, they have problems with their life condition, the family or their neighborhood. They are stressed out from work. Working with him is very stressful.
I know.
So that's why I seek out blue spaces. Seek out is to look for, but you are ready to spend a lot of effort to do something if you seek it out. To blank, let's take a look at our choices here. All of them are just one word. A, relax. B, pause. C, quit. D, bend. Well, the one that makes sense, if you're trying to get rid of your work and health or life problems, then you're going to seek to do what? Well, the opposite of worry, the opposite of nervous, the opposite of feeling bad is relax. So in recent years, people who often get stressed out from work and life have been seeking out blue spaces to relax.
这一题答案的话，我们就要选 A relax， 就是指放松的意思。所以这边老师刚刚解释到说呢，在最近 in recent years, people who often get stressed out from work and life。好，老师刚刚就趁机捅我一刀，跟我讲说，跟我一起录影的话，压力好大哦，这样子，所以他都会需要去。
I do all the work.
好可怕，都是他在做，事情都是他在做，都是我在嘴这样子。好 ，anyway， 反正就是这种压力很大的人呢。Have been seeking out blue spaces， 所以老师就说他需要找一个蓝色的空间去干嘛嘞？答案就是选 A relax 放松一下。
Okay, next sentence. These places can be a park with a stream blank through it, or even a busy harbor.
Yeah， 没错。所以这边的话就说了 ，These places can be a park with a stream， 怎么样？好，在这边的话呢，我们要特别注意一下，他说这些地方它可以是一个公园。然后会有一个这个河流，这个河流的话是用 stream， 是这种比较小的 river 叫做河流，然后 blank through it 啊流经 ，or even a busy harbor 好，或者是一个比较热闹的这种那种海港，都可以算是这种蓝色的空间。
Okay, our third close item is a question of grammar. Should it be A, runs, B, running, C, ran, or D, run? Well, we obviously want B, running, because the stream, we need an adjective if we're going to talk about what it does through it. So a stream running through it. A stream can't run, or worse would be ran, just in the past tense. They don't make sense, but it should be running.
Yeah， 所以这边的话，他就提到说 with a stream， 然后后面的话，因为我们前面这个地方 these places can be 已经有动词了嘛，所以在这边的话 with a stream 这个名词后面已经没有动词的这种配额了，我们必须要用名词加上分词。那分词的话，因为它是A stream runs through it， 句子是这样，但是我们要变成不是有动词的情况下，我们变成主动的 running， 这样的话就是名词搭上主动的 VING 这样的结构，所以答案要选 B running。
Scientists have found that people who visit blue spaces twice a week have better general and mental health. Wow. But I'm crazy, so it doesn't always work that way. But for most people who are used to looking at beautiful water, I love looking at water, it has helped my general health, and I think my mood certainly. If I feel too busy and pressure typing away on my computer, all I have to do is turn my head, and there is the 淡水河。
没错。所以说老师的意思是说，奇怪了，这样看这个水的话，如果会让人变得比较好，那老师为什么还是会有点 crazy 的感觉呢？ Maybe you're working with me, that's why. OK， 所以这句话的意思是 ，Scientists have found that 好，科学家已经发现了 ，people who visit blue spaces 好，他这些会去蓝色空间里头去探访啊，去那种感受的人呢，好，通常是 twice a week。一周只要去2次，这样的人呢 have better general and mental health， 整体的身体还有心理的健康都是比较好的。
Okay, we'll take a break before looking at our last 2 close items. Okay, let's continue. As a whole, there are 3 benefits of blue spaces. As a whole means if we look at the whole situation, we can find 3 reasons or benefits to enjoy blue spaces.
好，我们来看这句话哦。他说整体来看 ，as a whole， 好 ，there are 3 benefits of blue spaces。benefits 这个字的指的意思就是好处。我们呢，如果说今天去这种蓝色空间的话，整体来讲有3个好处。
The first is that these areas are less polluted and have more sunshine because they're all outside. Even a harbor, you can see the water there, and the air is not as fresh as without the harbor, without the ships, but it's better than downtown.
没错。所以第一个好处 ，the first is that， 第一个好处是什么呢 ？These areas are less polluted。好，就比较污染没有那么严重。虽然说今天如果有船的话，跟没船的比起来，当然没有船的时候，那个空气会更好嘛。可是就算是有船的这种海港，它的空气也会比都市里面的空气品质要好很多。好，在这里的话就告诉你 ，and have more sunshine， 而且你可以接触到更多的阳光哦。
Secondly, our second reason, people living near the water blank do more exercise outside. Do they fail to, offer to, tend to, or refuse to? Well, if you live near the water and you have, whether it's man-made or natural beach, let's go take a walk. So that's doing exercise. And, the air is so fresh today compared to the city. Let's go to the park or let's go to the beach and just take a long walk. So the best answer certainly is C, to tend to. It doesn't mean you do this every day or all the time, but more often than not. Fail to, refuse to means you won't do it at all. That's not right. You're not offering other people to do something. You're giving this to yourself. So choose C.
没错，在这里的话呢，用 tend to 就是比较会做什么事情，所以整句话就说 secondly， 第二点呢 ，people living near the water， 住在比较距离水比较近的地方的人呢 ，tend to 就是 are more likely to do more exercise outside， 然后所以像老师住在淡水，好，你就是机会的话去走走啦，不管是这种天然的这种海滩，或是人造的海滩啊等等，他都可以去那个走走逛逛，甚至还可以去看看夕阳。Don't forget the sunset.
Yes,
beautiful.
I can see the sunset from my window. I love it. Okay, third, the third and biggest benefit, the most important benefit, is that being near water is healing. Well, more or less, we've already mentioned that in a way, but now it's very direct. If it's good for your mind, it's good for your body, well, that heals you as a person.
Yeah, 所以在这里最后 the third and the biggest benefit， 好，就是第三点也是最重要的一点呢 is that being near water is healing. Healing 这个字的意思就是能够疗愈你，好，不管是身体或是心理，你心理变好了，你的这个身体的这个功能啊等等各方面也会真的跟着提升起来。Healing 就是有疗愈效果。
This means that spending time around blue spaces can reduce negative moods and lift one's blank. Well, we've already talked about negative moods. things, you worry too much and you're always thinking about how to make bad things better, but you don't have the energy to do it and so on. But by looking at blue spaces, you can forget all of that because it's so beautiful to look at. So it reduces negative moods, bad feeling moods, and lift one's blank. Lift is your key here because we put together lift and spirits very often. The other three, you can't lift brains. You can lift your voices, but that means to shout. That doesn't make sense. And you can't lift fuels either, so it must be spirits. Lift spirits will make you feel better.
Yeah, 没错。所以这边的话，只有这个选项可以选哦。Lift one's spirits 就是让整个人就是活起来，提振精神，让人心情变好这样的感觉。他说 ，This means that spending time around blue spaces， 好，就是这代表说能够在这个处在蓝色的这种空间里头呢。好 ，can reduce negative moods， 能够降低我们的负面情绪，而且呢，能够提振我们的精神。
Okay, we finish with this idea. Therefore, blue spaces are positively related to happiness, well-being, and health. Well, happiness, you know, makes you feel happy. Well-being is a general feeling about, you know, my life isn't so bad. I actually enjoy what I do and where I live. And your health, because you don't have as much pollution that you're breathing, and you have more opportunities to exercise.
没错，所以这边的话就下一个结论 ，therefore 就是指因此，所以结论是什么呢 ？Blue spaces are positively related to happiness, well-being, and health. 好，所以蓝色空间呢是跟后面这些东西呈现正面相关的，是非常非常有关联的。哪些东西呢 ？Happiness， 你的幸福。Well-being 指的是身心的那种幸福感，或者是幸福安康 ，and health 就是你的健康，跟这些东西都息息相关。
Okay, I hope you have a chance to be near blue spaces. If you don't live right next to them, you can go and visit them on the weekend whenever you have free time. All right, that's it for today's lesson, but we'll be back in a moment to review the more important vocabulary items from today's lesson. The first one is to make for. We use this when we want to talk about to allow something to happen or to provide what you need for something to happen.
我们第一个呢是碰到一个片语叫做 make for。通常讲到 make for 后面接什么东西的话，就代表让这件事情可以发生，或是提供这样的事情。
Number two is to seek out. Well, it just means to look for, but we have the idea you need a lot of time or effort to find what you're looking for.
Seek out 其实就是 look for 寻找的意思，但是 seek out 的话，这个 seek 给人感觉就是很寻寻觅觅，很努力的去找一个你想要的东西。
Number three is harbor. I tried to explain that during the lesson, not very well, I think. A harbor is a natural area of water that is close to land and sort of protects the area around it.
所以这第三个这个字呢是名词，就是指海港的意思。
Number four, healing as an adjective means to make someone healthier or happier or just better in general.
在这边的话，意思就是有疗愈效果的哦。
That's it for today's lesson. We're glad you could join us today. We'll be back again later this month. Until then,
bye bye.